This video has been sponsored by Beltline Hobbies and by the Canfield and Wooster train shows, February 14th, 2026 and March 14th, 2026.
Hi everybody, it's Chris with the Cloverdale Transit Authority, and today's video we're going to talk a little bit about this Lionel 627 switcher. This came out from Lionel Corporation in 1956, 1957. And it's based on the GE 44-ton diesel switcher. And it is a post-war locomotive. There was an earlier version of this that kind of had a weird color pattern on it. But I picked this one up off of eBay, and as I put it on the track and just to see if power came on before I started cleaning it, it actually ran, but I still cleaned it and oiled it. But then I noticed that there was no headlamp, so I assume this is the front of the locomotive because of the way the horn is facing. And also the built by Lionel is, I don't know, I guess it's on either end. Never mind. That was a theory that got shot down immediately. But anyway, so I noticed that there was no headlamp coming on. So I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just put a new light bulb in there. And as I took it apart, I realized that there is no headlamp on this. So Lionel, in their infinite wisdom to try to make things less expensive to manufacture, took a headlamp out of there, even though there is a lens actually on both ends. So Lionel was doing things like that even back then. Anyway, so I thought, well, that's really weird because that's one of the basic things of sort of functions of the Lionel locomotive is that it has a headlamp. That's the one cool accessory that you get through all of this stuff. So I thought, well, you know, when looking at the frame, I thought there's a place for the headlamp because the earlier version did have the headlamp. So I thought, okay, well, if I can just find the parts, the headlamp goes in there very easily. So that's what we're going to do today because I found the parts. Let's get into it. Okay, pretty easy to get into. There's one screw up here and top pops off, slides off of these little pins back here, or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, so there it is. There's the inside. So interestingly, when I ordered the parts off a guy on eBay, basically it's parts to do two of these. It double the parts, the front and rear. But in this particular instance, yes, this is the front of the locomotive. And there's only one spot for a headlamp. So it's this. That's all there is. So there's no, E-unit that's controlling the direction of the headlamp, which is fine. I mean, this is a post-war locomotive, no big deal. Okay. So what this comes with two of everything. So it comes with, first off, importantly, these little kind of brackets here, or not brackets, what are they? Little holder, the holder for the light bulb, and it's a bayonet light bulb. It goes in, turns, and in order to hold that in more solidly, there's a spring, so it's pushing, there's resistance against it, so it's not popping out. And then as part of that, this wiring goes in here, and again, this is × 2, and this is almost standard. I use these quite a bit because there's always the light is always out on post-war locomotives, or this rots away. So basically, you're going to put this above the spring. Let's just assemble it here so you can kind of see it. So there's the spring. Maybe. And it's going to go in here. Spring goes in there. I don't remember, I got this on camera. Spring goes in there. And, you know, this is going to be against the base. So you push your light bulb in there and the spring holds the tension in there, and then you've got your wire going back to somewhere. I'm going to have to figure out where to tap into some power. Do I go back to the E unit? Do I go back here? There's power coming off of the motor. I'm going to experiment with that. But the main thing is I want to know that this, as you can see, sits up there. Now, question is, does it only go in one way? So it does go in that way. Let's see. Yeah, there's only one way it goes in. Okay. It sits in there, as you can see. But the question is, how does it hold in there? Now, I want to assume that these little pieces bend underneath there. Kind of interesting. It's got that big hole there, but okay. So I think, you know, and again, this is, I'm experimenting here. This, you can see that this the frame did have a place for this light, but there was never any there. I mean, there's no marking there, nothing. So, all right. So if I'm, and again, I want to say that there's only one way for this to go in. Okay, well, the Lionel book was really not much help, but there was an image of it in there on a different switcher, obviously a different frame. And basically it's sitting there like that. Well, so with these pegs sticking down, and having seen similar locomotives, actually looking at the Alcos, some of the early Alcos had this same thing, and I saw that they actually just sort of, you know, these two pins here bend under, and that's what holds it into place. And then you can put in your wire and what have you. So, okay, so got the assembly in there, and it would have been a lot easier if I took the truck off of it, but I was being lazy, and I did test it on the test track, holding this up over here where the motor is. And yes, absolutely. And the interesting thing is that when it's in neutral, it doesn't light up, only in forward and reverse. And of course, it's only really shining out the front of this anyway. So at least it'll be a little bit of glow. We'll see. I didn't run it obviously full speed. So now what I need to do is heat up the soldering iron and kind of cut this off, you know, to a reasonable length, and bring it up here along with the rest of this wiring and solder it in there. So, all right, let's get the soldering iron heated up. Well, got it all soldered up here, and let's take a look, see what we got. There's a light. There you go. Backward, forward. It's not really, you know, it doesn't light up when you put it in neutral, but so yeah, there's neutral and no light. Going rear, front, it lights up. Not going to be super bright, but okay, let's get the shell back on and we'll take it up on the layout. Well, there you go. It's not really bright, kind of hard to see in the daylight, but it's there and adds a little accent to it. So, but it's fun to tinker and kind of see if you can improve some of the things that came with the original product. Anyway, so if you like this video and you like the content we do here on the channel, we really appreciate your support. please click on like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the little bell. That will let you know when we upload other content. And also don't forget to comment what kind of little projects like this have you done or are you planning to do on your model railroad. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video.